Alright, here we have a Juki DNU 1541S. I'm making this video just to demonstrate how it sells through Mil-Spec Cordura, just for anybody who's curious. For some context, I am not an expert, I'm just a hobbyist, I'm just an amateur who got a great deal on this machine, and the table, and the motor, and the needle positioner. So I decided to go for it. I wanted to use it for a project that I might show at the end of this video, and I just got a great chance, a great deal on it, so I wanted to give it a try. Like I said before, I'm not an expert, I'm just an amateur, maybe a very experienced amateur. I've been sewing on and off for the last, I don't know, 12, 15 years maybe. Like many of you, I started with a Singer heavy duty that I bought like 15 years ago, and it lasted me for a little bit. Eventually I threw more at the machine that it can handle. So throughout the years, I've always wanted to step up to these industrial machines to see what they're all about. Up front, I originally wanted to buy a Cellrite Ultra Feed. I still might, but this deal came across me, so I decided to give it a chance. So here's this video for anybody who's curious as to how well these do, how much they can go through. Yeah, here we go. 2 layers of 500D Cordura. Mil-Spec 500D Cordura from Rockywoods. Obviously not a problem. This machine goes through like nothing. And some of the oil is still coming onto the freaking thing. I might have oiled it a little too much. Yeah. Obviously, this is not a problem. I'm sure the reputation of this machine, of these machines, precedes it. It's amazing at what it does. But I just want to see how far I can take it. I already know how far I can take it, but I just thought you might want to see it with me. All right, let's double it up. 4 layers of 500D Cordura. And for reference, that's a 16-inch needle. I mean, sorry, a number 16 needle, the smallest this machine will take. And I'm using a bonded thread nylon. I think it's a Tech 70. I don't recall. I honestly don't recall. I pulled it out of my old stock of notions that I had laying around. But here we go. Of course, no problem. 4 layers. It's nothing for this machine. If anything, he likes it. When I only do 2 layers, this machine tends to make the fabric pucker a lot. But the more layers you add, the more it calms down. Can you see that? Focus. Yeah, so it's less now. Again, now we're doing 6 layers. 6 layers of 500D. Again, like nothing. Not a problem. One more time. 8 layers now. 8 layers of 500D Cordura. With a size 16, with a number 16 needle. Okay. One more time. Let's do 10 layers. We're at 10 layers now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 layers. Okay. Okay. Again, I knew that was not going to be a problem, but here you go, 10 layers. 10 layers of 500D Cordura. You want to focus on that? Yo. That's a pretty thick stack. Let me just get this out of the way. Starting to drive me crazy. Okay, and for fun, let's just double it. 20 layers. 20 layers of 500 denier Cordura. I don't know when you will ever need to do this, but I'm not an expert, so you tell me. Now, one thing that is nice about this machine that it's not immediately obvious is how much room you have under the foot. By itself, I think there's about like 10 millimeters underneath this, and that's a lot of room. Again, 20 layers of Cordura. Look at that. Now, this chunky, bulky area might not fit, but if you lift with your knee, it goes through. Now it's hitting the needle. That's just the needle, but see that? This is something that I was worried about getting a cell right, that it might not fit through this, but that's a different conversation for another time. But with this machine, if it fits, it will saw through it. 20 layers. Let's circle it around. There you go. 20 layers of Cordura. If you ever want to sew through all of that, you know, be my guess. But you can do it. Anyways, let's try something else. Okay, let's do 1000D Cordura. This piece already has a few test passes on it. I was trying to adjust the machine earlier, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. You know, it's not gonna be a problem. If anything, the machine kind of likes these thicker fabrics better. But here we go. Yeah, not a problem at all. If anything, the tension might need to be adjusted a little bit. But yeah, this is from earlier. Ignore that, but here we go. Here's the line that I just did. Alright, let's double it up. Let's go this way. It is 4 layers of 1000D Cordura. Let's see how it goes. I don't need to go that thick. Let's just go off. As you can tell, no hesitation, no questions asked. That's a problem. Okay, I had to switch to a size 18 needle because I think the fabric is too thick for the number 16 needle with this type of thread. So it was starting to shred the thread. But anyways, all right, let's keep going. Let's do 6 layers of 1000D, see how that goes. Okay. Not a problem. If anything, this stitches look a bit nicer. Let's see. Hope you can see that. One more. This is 10 layers now. 2, 4, 6. No, this is 8 layers. 8 layers of 1000D. There you go. 8 layers of 1000D. And again, I might have explained this earlier, but it is really nice to be able to have all the room to maneuver. Yep. Looks excellent. Let's see if that will do it. Pretty good. All right, and then let's get ambitious and try doubling it. So this is 16 layers of 1000D. It's a pretty thick stack. Look at that. I don't know. I don't know when you will ever need to do this, but why not? Let's see if it applies. So if you ever run into this issue where there's not enough room now, just use the knee lift and it will go. Now the needle is touching. Let's lift that a little. There you go. All right. Hopefully the needle doesn't break. Oh. That, let's turn it around, let's go this way. Look at that, just punching through it. One more time. So yeah. You 16 layers of 1000D Cordura. Yeah, this thing's powerful. That's why I call it the no questions asked. If I ask it to sew through something, as long as it fits here, it will go through it. And again, this is not even the biggest needle I could put on this thing. My projects do not require this many layers, and I don't think they ever will, because I only make a few things here and there, but nevertheless, this is quite impressive. And if anything, the stitching is very nice. All right, let me show you the thing that I was working on and the whole reason why I bought this thing. So I needed to make some gear for my dogs because they keep destroying all of the gear that we keep buying. So this is a dog seat cover or a cover for the seats of the back of my truck. I have a 4Runner, so I need to make sure that my dogs don't destroy the seats, the leather seats, anytime we go off-roading, road tripping, or any reason. So I bought a lot of dog seat covers throughout the years. I bought some from Amazon, from Roughwear, from Duluth Trading, and they are all okay. They've always been only okay. The good, they all have their good and they all have their bad. The Amazon ones never last. Their good is that they're cheap, so you can keep replacing them, but they never last. The fit is not the best. It's not ideal. I understand why, because they have to be universal, but they don't last. My dogs, for reference, are about 85 to 95 pounds each. Is two of them, they're sisters. And they're very playful, very active, German Shepherd Huskies, and they destroy those cheap covers. I had another one from Roughwear, which was okay. It was very expensive, but materials-wise, it was better. But even that they destroyed. They ended up tearing the webbing on it, and the fit wasn't the best. And then I tried some from Duluth Trading, top-notch build quality. The fit was horrible. Horrible. The material kept just flopping around so much that dirt found its way behind the cover anyways, and it almost defeated the purpose of being there in the first place. My seats were, dirty, scratch, full of hair, full of mud and dirt, and they used metal hardware, which was very noisy and very annoying. Like, it kept making very squeaky noises every time we were hitting the trail. So I give up on all of this, and I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna make my own. So that's what this is, and I decided to make it out of a bunch of 1000 denier Cordura that I had laying around from previous projects. But I knew that I wanted it to be tough, and I wanted to use Mil-Spec materials, like Mil-Spec webbing and such, so my dogs wouldn't destroy it. I made the binding out of the Mil-Spec webbing just because I know that this is strong enough for them to, you know, put their claws on it, put their paws, put their teeth, put anything, and they won't easily destroy this. I mean, I doubt it will. This assembly got very thick in many parts, but particularly this area right here, I don't know if you can see that, it got very thick, more than the size, the height. It got extremely dense. There are multiple layers of 1000D Cordura, multiple layers of webbing that are here, that are all sandwiched together, that are doubled up because I was trying to make it nice and neat and finished. And this is very dense. Any home domestic machine would have died right here. They would have broken the needle, or the machine itself would have freaking exploded. The Juki did this without question. It just punched through it like it was nothing. It didn't even struggle to do it. But yeah, so that's why I'm very happy about it, and I'm happy. That's the whole reason why I got it. Could the Cellrite Ultrafeed have done this? I don't know. I think so, in theory, but the concern that I have is that the stack might not fit through the walking foot, and if I can fit it, like just I can't do it. I know the Cellrite also sells the Fabricator. I don't doubt that the Fabricator could have done this, could have built this thing for me. But the Juki did it. The 1541 is a freaking amazing machine. It's extremely powerful. And if I've been totally honest, it may still be overkill for me. I don't know if I'll keep it, but I'm glad I have it for now because it made this project feasible. Like it made, in the past, whenever I tried to make specifically this dog seat covers using my old Singer heavy duties machine, the machine was always the hesitation that I had. I don't know if it could. I don't know if the machine will stop me halfway through the project because it couldn't do it. With the Juki, I don't have the question at all. The Juki is not the problem. The problem now is, can I make the correct assembly and make my life easier when I do this? But so anyway, so this is what I wanted to show you. This is what I do. This is what I've done. I'm gonna call this version 1.0. There will probably be a second version of this. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this, but this thing's amazing. If you need to work on something this heavy, this is for you. I don't know if I do. I don't think any of the other projects that I want to do are gonna be this heavy. I might still give the Cellrite a try or other machines. There's some other semi-industrial Jukis that I'm considering. But yeah, so anyway, so I hope this information is useful for somebody out there who is trying to figure out what these machines can do. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. And other than that, have a good day. See you later.